Hello everybody, welcome to this channel. I'm Kay. We're having a thunderstorm right here and we're outside, so it's gonna be a little bit loud. I hope it's not recorded into the video, but you know what? A thunderstorm can be quite calming. The sound of rain, the sound of the thunders, not the sound of lightning though, but you get the idea. It is actually quite natural to a certain extent, right? It feels very nature. So if you hear any noises of the boom, that's the thunder. Okay. Yeah, so on this auspicious day, auspicious. Um let's talk about something about myself. Now, this thing that I'm gonna talk about myself, I'm not I'm not doing it to brag or to show off or to, to gain views or followers. No. I'm doing this simply to speak up for myself and literally to speak the truth for myself, okay? This is my intent because I really need to make it clear here. It is really for myself. It's kind of like you showing to the world or your family just even that who I am. This is who I am. This is who I really am. As a person, as a being, that's what it is. That's the intent of this video. And yeah, that's it. Okay, it's just me being authentic. Authentic. All right, authentic and truthful. Truffle. Oh, I love truffle. What I meant was truthful. Truffle. So, okay. I'm not from here. I'm not from here. I'm not from Earth. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, I'm not from Earth, and I know it. Like, I know it in my blood. I'm not from Earth, and the moment that I'm speaking it, I'm like, my blood is running. Like, I get hotter. I'm not from Earth. The reason that I want to share this piece of information about myself is because it is not something scary. Like, I want to let the world know that, and also my friends here, my beautiful subscribers, to know that it is not scary to have friends from outside of Earth. It is not something that is dangerous or having any sense of danger, if you think about it. And one of my purposes here is to really relay this message that it is not something scary or dangerous. When it comes to the idea of extraterrestrial beings or aliens, you could say. And that is the reason I would like to. It is not my first time actually speaking about this on this channel. I have actually spoke about this in several previous videos, but now I'm just giving more information about myself. So to bridge the gap between us and the idea of that, okay, with the idea of what it is. Where should I start? Where should I begin, like, talking about myself? Well, first of all, I'm not from Earth. Now, what I mean by that is not that I just suddenly being dropped from the sky. No, not in this way. Not in this way, okay? I'm born human. Okay, I am human, as you can see. Okay, I am human, but I am wired differently. Okay, I'm wired differently, and I'm not the only one. Okay, I'm not the only one that is not from Earth. And what I mean by I'm not from Earth does not mean that you have to be from Earth, or you have to be, originate from Earth. Because here's the thing, not one soul is actually originated from a planet. So by that, what I'm trying to say is not even you are from Earth. And the reason what I meant by I'm not from Earth is that it's actually my first time to incarnate on Earth here, for a specific purpose. Every soul, or say every person, can have a different case. And so what I'm sharing here is about myself. I create myself, as I've already mentioned in some videos in the past. I created myself. Should I even use past tense? Let's use what is it? I have created myself. I think that's a better way. I have created myself here to anchor on this plane. Okay, to carry out certain tasks. So, from one perspective, I would say I'm kind of like the guinea pig. I'm the test tube. The test tube being inserted here, anchored on this plane to perform certain tasks. But I'm not a robot. I'm not a robot. It's just I understand what it is for me, and I understand my purpose here, and so I simply align to that. Okay. And now here's the thing, is that every one of us really is your own guinea pigs. Like, you are your own guinea pigs to be anchored on this plane. So whatever I'm saying here is just to remind you, it's also to serve as a reminder for all of you, of us, that you are more than this. You are more than this, the body. Okay, you're more than this. Okay, so I'm not saying that I'm superior or inferior. There's no superiority nor inferiority here between us. Okay, we're equal. I am speaking from the point that, from the perspective that this is what is true to me. This is the truth. This is my truth. And so I'm just sharing my truth with you, so it could possibly ring a bell. In you. I'm just a reminder. Or say I'm a mirror. I'm just a mirror. So not one person actually originates from a planet, because you see, every soul is created on the 10th dimension. Okay, so that's where the source is. The monad. Okay, now that's the Godhead. Now so everyone actually has their own Godhead. In a sense, you can trace back to it. And once you trace back to that, basically you merge back to the monad, the Godhead. And that's how you would see from the perspective of the Godhead. And you would then understand that there are many souls walking on this plane. I mean, just talk about Earth now, okay? So personally, I would have encountered different souls, different people. They share very similar traits and even personalities. okay, even facial trait features. This is because they share similar godheads. Okay, so it's a pattern. It's all patterns. Like once you understand that, you would then understand what I'm trying to say here, like what I just expressed. Okay, like basically we are all from godheads, originate from godheads or source. So that's where the souls are created. What does it mean? The accounts are created from there. So your account, I have already talked about this. The soul, we can perceive this as an account, like a Gmail account. Okay, now I want to extend from here. So some of you might wonder then, okay, how can I have several player characters in one account? Now think of it this way. If you start a company, okay, now if you start a company, you need a website, right? Okay, now say you need a website. You have to buy a domain, right? Say it's abc.com. Now you purchase the domain as abc.com. The domain, you are the domain. Okay, so say the domain is the godhead. Okay, so the abc.com is the godhead. Now you can actually create multiple accounts or player characters. These terms are interchangeable. I'm just trying to give an idea here, because now say you have one player character called Sally. Then what would it be? Sally at abc.com. That would be one player character, right? Okay, now you have another player character called Ben at abc.com. That's another player character with a completely different set of personality, completely different skill set. How or why? Because this particular character or player character would have to anchor onto another planet to get the experience, to live the experience for fun. Okay, so it's the same for Earth. Now for me, personally, I'm anchored here on this plane, right? So I work with my higher self. When I talk about higher self, it's a very three-dimensional thing in this sense. Because if we perceive it in a three-dimensional way, higher self is basically your future self. The reason that we can perceive it as future self is because future self is the one that knows about the past, right? If you think in a linear way. So the future self is the one that is more like kind of like more intelligent. Okay, like in this sense, in a linear sense, okay, if we think from an Earth perspective. But all in all, we can actually say it's a higher mind. Okay, higher mind. So it's like the one that is overseeing, that can see from the bird view. But for me here, I can only see from a horizontal way, right? Horizontal, like this. But from the higher mind perspective, they see from a bird view, like God view. Okay. Higher perspective, basically. I have my higher mind anchored between the 6th and 9th dimension. Okay, so whenever I channel, basically that self of me is the one that would do the research, the one that would conduct the research and collaborate with other colleagues to work on the information and to download it for me here to speak. Okay, so basically I am the receiver. I'm the receiver here. As relating to my self on the 6th and 9th dimension. Because that self, myself there, oscillates between 6th and 9th dimension. So for me here, 3rd dimension to 6th dimension. So it does overlap. So then that's why when I channel, I download the information. Basically, it's me. We are integrated. Like that's the another one of myself, right? Now, so there's another one of myself. So three of us would be from 10th dimension beyond. 10th dimension and beyond. So usually it would be 10th to 13th. 10th to 13th, okay? Now, if beyond 13th, that's only sound. Sound. It's like sound frequency, okay? Because light means time. Duality. So there's no more duality up there. I was going to say what? Right. So what does it mean is that I'm going to refer this to the Bible. In the Bible, there's like how they do the prayer, right? In the name of the Father, of the Son, of the Holy Spirit, right? This basically what it means is that this is the Son. I'm the Son. I'm not saying I'm Jesus. I'm not saying I'm Jesus. I'm just explaining what it means when I talk about the three of myself. Okay, now, so the one that is on the 6th, between the 6th to the 9th, so oscillation between 6 to 9 dimension, that self of me is the Holy Spirit. This is my right side. This is my right side, okay? Okay. Now, on the left side is the sun, right? That's me here. K, that you're seeing me here, okay? The sun. And in the name of the Father, you see the heart, right? Heart here and the heart, third eye and the heart chakra. That's the creator. That's the me. This entire prayer thing is basically connecting oneself to your own Holy Spirit and to your own creator self. That's what it is. Okay, so I'm just explaining here. That's what it is. That's what it actually means. So why is it on the left side, the sun? Because the left is the receiver. Me here is simply receiving the instruction from my Holy Spirit, myself on the 6th and the 9th dimension. Now, why is it on the right side? It's masculine, right? Because whenever it's how should I say, myself on the 6th to the 9th dimension, she is a female. Okay, it's also female, but she is a more she's more in her masculine side. Okay, on that realm, she's more of a masculine figure, but she's a very beautiful female. Okay, and she is diplomatic. She is very diplomatic, and she works as a researcher, as a teacher, as a alchemist, as a basically scientist. Okay, so me here is being created as the sun, the receiver, to receive the information from my Holy Spirit in order to carry out actions, carry out tasks. Okay, so the sun basically means the one's being created, right? That's why it's the sun, S-O-N, right? The sun is being created by your higher self. Wow. Okay, so it's like the little baby just receiving and then just following the instructions. Now that's the creator, the heart, the creator self. The creator self for me is my 10th and beyond self, 10th dimension and beyond self. Now, me on that plane or those realms, those dimensions, obviously I am androgynous. I'm not. That's why it's in the middle, right? So you combine that, the left side and the right side, so it becomes androgynous. There's no more there's no gender per se. All right, like on those dimensions. So I am a little dragon. I'm a dragon, okay? So my origin is a dragon. No, I shouldn't say my origin, like, because because there's not really a form per se. It's not really a form, but it's just you could say it's a marker. It's a marker, or say the lineage, okay? It doesn't, it to me is not even like it doesn't have to be like a dragon, but it's just I usually like to take the form of a dragon, okay, in this way, and I'm blue I'm blue I'm blue and white, okay, I'm blue and white. So as a dragon, and also I also love blue and white, right? I also love blue and white as well, myself. So what else? That me, what does it specialize in? Okay, let's call it it. I, as a little dragon, let's just call it a little dragon, okay? But it doesn't have to be that, because it's when it comes to that form, that when it comes to that form, there's not really a form, because it's not even matter anymore. It's energy. It's particles. It's like light particles. So you can rearrange yourself into any shapes as you want. And it's like you walk through reality to reality. It's not anything like here. Whereas for myself on the 6th to the 9th dimension, I am like electric blue, but I also have kind of like white. I can manifest myself into a more matter way, because as I oscillate in between the dimensions, I can appear quasi, QUASI, quasi. So what it would look like is, what is that word? Like it looks very plasma. It's like plasma. It looks plasma, and it's very high definition. The material, like how it looks, is not anything like on Earth. Like you can't find that material on Earth. It's just not like Earth doesn't have that element, the material. Simple as that. It's not that it's good or bad. It's just that, like, such as like in like the tea leaves only grow in certain regions, or coffee beans only grow in certain regions, okay, like around the equator. Okay, that's it. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not what's good or bad. No, it's just in certain region you have that. Okay, so that's why I said there's no such metal on Earth. So you can't. So I understand. So what I'm trying to say is that it's not easy for you to visualize it, to understand it. But I'm just trying my best to describe it. Okay, it feels a little bit AI. It looks AI generated. Okay, if I put it, I think, yeah, that's a better way of putting it. It's like there's a kind of shine to it, and it looks kind of like a jelly fluid, but it's not gooey. Okay, it's not like anything gooey, but it's just very defined. Like it's so high definition, and it's very, very refined and glowy. Okay, glowy. So how I look on that realm, that's from the 6th to 9th. I'm electric blue. Mostly I I prefer to be in my spirit self, like spirit, like actually, like a ghost, like. So that's why I said spirit. So it's composed of particles, but not actual matter. Uh, I prefer to, you know, work in this way, or like I prefer to be in this state. So usually I would be electric blue, and how I look is more like I do look like a dragon because of the lineage. So how I look like would be more like this. So it's very how should I how should I say, like skinny, but not in a way that's scary though. It's just imagine how like the dragons are quite slim in a way. Like you see the chiseled bones, and eyes are quite bigger eyes, and with some fins, and some fins from here, like this. Maybe I can draw it out later, but it's like fins, like, and a little kind of like a horn, a horn, a horn, not like this. Yeah, a little bit of hair, and then have the hair back. Yeah, hair back. Very long hair. Very long hair. And I usually wear a cape, like a very long, not like a cape. Yeah, it looks like a cape, like a cape dress. A cape dress, very long, is usually in the color white. But since I like to be in the spirit form, the spirit state, so I mostly would be in electric blue. So even the cape dress in itself is actually also in blue, but it's transparent. Like it's like a it's like a it's like a wave of particles moving. Okay, but then you can see the shape of it, the shape of the entire person, clearly. It's just it doesn't really have, it doesn't form in matters. Okay, it's just how I prefer. Um, yeah. And how, where do I stay is, I don't you I am mostly, how should I say, like I'm not really anchored in a place, but because here's the thing, because I'm more of a wanderer. I'm more of a wanderer. Is something that I like to do. Because if I have to put it into a more specific way, is that I'm more of an explorer. I'm an explorer archetype. Okay, I love exploring the cosmos, and that is why it would be very beneficial for me to not really anchor into a specific place, but to spread myself all across into different civilizations. This way, I gain a lot of data. That's why I also mentioned I'm a collector. I love, what I like to collect is frequency. I like collecting data. I like collecting frequencies, geometric shapes, and different kinds of new understandings when it comes to civilizations, so cultures. And I also gather information, and so basically I'm more of I'm a information guy. I'm like information guy. I love collecting information for research. And because now here's the thing, why is it very important for my work? Because when I gather the information, I can conduct research, right? What's more is that one of my other passions is alchemy. So when I have a lot of information, I would break them down into different categories. And basically what it means is that they would then become my elements to work with for alchemy, right? So that is why I really enjoy being an explorer in the cosmos, and my specialty is to be cosmic channel. So I here now, okay, I am a cosmic channel, to which I would share with you more in the videos later, in future videos, that would be about channeling in cosmic information for specific topics, all right, as relating to humanity and how to assist the civilization to grow. This is just my job. This is just my duty, and it is something that I'm very passionate about. So that's why I'm sharing here. And as a researcher, I not only collect data, I also specialize in communication. So as you can see here, I would create this kind of avatars to place into different civilizations as a messenger, as well as a data collection point to gather data and at the same time relay information. So the way that how it's like briefly how it works is basically me as a data collection point. I would gather information. Now, whatever I listen, hear, or see would then be transferred back to the team. The team, of course, is a team working. It's always co-creation, and with my own divine self, my high mind, okay, and they would then analyze and study the energetic patterns. Now, then quickly they would come up with solutions energetically. Okay, that's another kind of technology, absolutely not the same as Earth's. So then I would then download, meaning I would receive the solutions. So I would then speak it, or I would craft it out, or build a model, or certain systems. The purpose is to assist the growth of humanity in many different ways. So my specialty would be communication, right? So I would also channel out different kinds of potential solutions for various fields of studies, including medicine, the medical field, politics, education, sustainability, fashion industry, soil, water, housing, architecture. No, I'm just hearing, so that's why I'm like looking like this, and also electricity. So there would be many kind of themes like this, and the purpose is to assist the growth of us here for humanity. Is technology basically is channeling in technology that is specifically designed for helping humanity to grow into a positive direction. So there's usually one way that I operate my function. That's one of my functions, okay, as avatars. And the second function, major function, would be me collecting data. Yeah, collecting data, right? Go up and then down the solution. Yeah, basically that is my major function. I would even say that. That's my major function. But that aside, for me, this particular avatar that is being placed here on Earth, I also have a specific function or specialty when it comes to emotional intelligence, like emotional wellness, because this is an age, an era where emotional stability and emotional wellness is very important, as we are all going through a lot of chaos. So that is why I also would focus on emotional wellness, like the sharing information on it, or teaching of it, or even channeling in information for it. But mainly it would be sharing hands-on techniques and also experiences, personal experiences, so to help others to overcome their own inner struggles when it comes to emotions. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, back to where I don't have a specific place of like where I stay, but if I have to be specific, particularly now in this galaxy, it would be in Sirius B. Sirius B, okay? Because that is the reason that it's Sirius B is because Sirius B has a lot of galactic beings. How should I put it? Have a lot of galactic beings being hosted by a certain federation where they would gather together. They would gather together to work and dedicate themselves for specific projects that would assist different civilizations in this particular galaxy. Okay, so that is kind of like a hub. Yeah, that's the right word. Is a hub. Is a hub. So I am myself one of the hub members. So that's why I would, from time to time, I would be there. But most of the time, I live on spaceships. Okay, because there are different spaceships, and there are many, like a lot of beings would be on board. But when I say on board, it doesn't mean that we're all on the same spaceship. It can be some are out there doing other things, other tasks and projects, but we do share a common goal. So that's what we mean when we say on board. It means we share a common goal. Okay, so it's like a solidarity consensus. Solidarity consensus. Yeah. And right. So later I would also channel a specific committee from the ninth dimension that is related to the sun. Okay, so the name would be Sora. That is a name that I have already mentioned in one of my previous videos. Sora. Saura. Now, this name is just a name. It's just a name, a form for us here to remember. It is not actually their name. It's a name that we as humans can relate because it has an ancient history. This name, you can trace it back to an ancient root where it does mean us relating to the sun. Okay, so what it means though. Now, I want to clarify. Why is it called Sora, or say of relating to the sun? And what it means is that they are solar beings. Solar beings. The reason is they are the closest to source, the 10th dimension. Okay, source. So source is basically kind of the sun. Okay, that's actually what it's representing. So it's the closest to the sun. So that's why they are named the solar beings. Okay, that's what it means. There's no superiority there. It's just, we have to make this clear. So there would be a specific series of transmission from a solidarity consensus of a committee from the ninth dimension. And this particular committee specializes in civilization reconstruction. Yeah, that's it for now. Like, that's what I'm gathered to speak. And is there anything else that I need to say? Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. I've babbled enough. Yeah, that's who I am. That's who I am as a person, as a being. And so now, literally, as a being here, as a person here, is not easy for me to. It was not especially easy for me to be around people. It was not easy for me to be around people. I had to adjust myself, and I had to learn how to adjust, because I could feel like it could really disrupt my system when I was younger. I felt really heavy when I'm in the crowd. So I had to learn to I had to learn to heal myself, heal my traumas and heal my wounds, to gradually understand how to blend in, but not that I'm actually, dropped from the sky or whatever. No, I'm born as a human. It's just I know who I am. Okay, it's just I know who I am as beyond this body. Okay, so, and again, I'm here to kind of like break the illusion for you that you are also beyond this body. Okay, so we are all living in here. Okay, we are all living in Maya, the illusion. So that you've only forgotten, so you can also remember who you are. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to convey here. And I hope is there any more message that I need to bring forward? No. Are you sure? Okay. Now, this is... So, as you all know, Jesus is a person or a figure, a historical figure. Now, he's real. He's not fake. Okay, he's not a made-up player character. Okay, you could say it that way. Yeah, he created himself to be here. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that what I need to convey is that there would be episodes in the following, in the upcoming videos, talking about the Bible, is to kind of give an idea of how we can read the Bible from different perspectives, so then we can understand better of the existence, of the meanings, and of oneself. Okay, and Jesus would be there to assist. That's the message. All right. Good. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video and the upcoming interdimensional cosmic transmission. All right. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And I will see you in the next one. Okay. Bye bye.